Hi everybody, Mr. Lacrosse here. I want to talk to you about drawing today. You've been drawing for about 10 years now, and you've developed this repertoire. And if we were to go around the room and I was just to ask everyone to free draw whatever they want, odds are I'd probably see some of these, maybe one of these, probably one of these. And we developed this repertoire of things we're familiar drawing, and then we just draw them over and over again. And this isn't necessarily the best way to draw. So what I would like to do is like to introduce you to a new method of drawing. So I'd like to talk to you about gesture drawing. There are 7 principles to gesture drawing. They are draw lightly, draw quickly, no erasing, no picking up pencil, constant movement, basic shapes, and spatial relationships. So we want to start with our basic shapes. We're going to be using squares, rectangles, circles, ovals, triangles, and lines. And so essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building using these shapes. The other thing I want to discuss is I want to talk a little bit about spatial relationships. Now, even within our shapes, we have spatial relationships. For instance, with our rectangles, a rectangle can be like this. It can be like this, right? Depending on how the width relates to the height. Same thing with our triangles. Our triangles could be like this. Triangles could be like this. Triangles can be like this, right? And depending on our height in relation to our width and the walls of the triangle, those are, so that's our spatial relationship. Same thing with ovals, right? You can have this, you can have this. Those all vary, and those are all, that all has to do with our spatial relationship, okay? So the other thing we're going to do is we're also going to be using spatial relationship to relate one shape to another shape. For instance, I have this jar here. This jar. And so when I'm drawing this jar, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at the width and how it relates to the height. So I'm going to start by an oval. Now, normally, I'd be doing this with a pencil. However, if I try to gesture draw with a pencil, it's too hard. It's too hard to see. So I'm using a marker, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to kind of visualize. Now, when we're drawing this, so with this jar, there's a label on it. It's got a stork on it. It's got some text. We're not concerned with that. With gesture drawing, what we're basically trying to do is just get the basic shape of everything, okay? That's the basic premise of gesture drawing, okay? Next, I'm going to draw this Ken Steakhouse Light and Creamy Caesar Dressing bottle. And so I got that set up. And again, we're going to break it up into basic shapes. So I'm going to start, the neck of the bottle is a cylinder. And so it's basically going to be ovals and rectangles. I'm kind of assembling ovals and rectangles. It's a little bit like Legos, right? It's the same sort of process. So now I'm like the mouth of the bottle is triangular shape. And I mean, you're going to be tapering this up a little bit, but you get the gist, right? So this is my bottle. And so this is how we're kind of getting the basic shapes of these forms for us to draw, okay? Again, normally I would not be drawing this with marker. I'd be doing this with pencil, and I'd be starting out lightly and then gradually getting darker as I felt more comfortable with my mark making. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm going to draw a bottle of Sriracha. Lastly, we're going to do this box of panko breadcrumbs. Now, one of the things I'm doing is I'm seeing how my height relates to my width. Okay. And what's nice about gesture is if you're feeling like, okay, I need to go a little bit longer, a little bit wider, then you just do that, right? You just don't be afraid of making some mistakes with this type of drawing. Text will be in here. Got some more in here. And then right in here. Okay, so this is all we would do to be laying out for our panko box. Okay, good.